How did we get here? You see, this individual has completely transformed the way new churches are built and funded around the world. However, the risky methods he's chosen to raise money have led to serious consequences, both for him and others who have followed these extreme ideals. As a result, we've seen numerous injuries, head traumas, broken collarbones, blown out knees, and even people involved in smuggling operations to escape Mexico and avoid permanent harm. And even Chuck Norris had to step in to stop his madness. Let's call this guy Brian, because, well, that's his name. You see, Brian was a full-time missionary in Nicaragua, and every few years he returned to the States to raise money for the church-building projects he was spearheading in Central America. He would set up speaking engagements in churches across America, where he had built strong relationships, meeting with pastors and congregations to share his vision. His goal? To get them on board and help raise funds needed to make his projects a reality. One of the churches Brian found himself in was at Midway Church in Pilot Point, Texas, where he met a guy. We'll call him Bruce, because, well, that's his name. Bruce and Brian quickly bonded over their shared love for motorcycles, chatting for hours on the phone like two giddy schoolgirls. One day, Bruce invited Brian down for a ride around the lake and his hometown. It was during that ride that Brian mentioned how much he wished he could get his dirt bike from St. Louis to his home in Managua, Nicaragua. Little did they know that that conversation would kick off a chain of events that still echoes today. Bruce, being a visionary with a passion for missions and motorcycles, came up with a wild plan where he would convince a few friends to buy motorcycles, ride down to Nicaragua with him and Brian, leave the bikes behind, and fly back, all while raising $200,000 for mission projects through sponsorships. Bruce shared the idea with his small Sunday school class, and a few of them jumped on board, and a couple of guys started shopping for bikes. Then word spread through Brian's network, and soon other men were taking notice, and it grew. Before long, guys as far north as Wisconsin and all the way to Missouri were buying bikes for this ridiculous adventure. And Brian even started riding his bike into churches and parking it on the stage. And then one day, in 2017 on Easter weekend, all these men, many of whom have never met each other, gathered on Bruce's back porch. Listened to Brian warn them about the serious dangers they may face crossing Central America for 16 days on dirt bikes in an adventure they called Ride Extreme. So what happened to this ragtag group of inexperienced dirt bike riders attempting to traverse foreign lands? They made it. They raised a significant amount of money, funded 4 youth sport complexes, and started a movement that forever changed the lives of everyone who dared to participate. Since then, the group has raised millions through Ride Extreme events, tackling challenges like riding the length of Baja, California, conquering the Great Smoky Mountains, competing in the Cannonball Extreme from Dallas, Texas to San Diego, California, and now gearing up for the 2025 ride from Colorado to Oregon on the Trans-American Trail. Through these adventures, these men have shared life's up and downs, building friendships that go beyond the trail and bonds that will last a lifetime.